Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about some Kesi tools that were sent out for review. The company Kesi Tools makes some smaller toolkits, and they have a couple of toolkits they sent out to me for looking over, and they offer a variety of different options. They have a spline set, a precision bit set, a multifunction bit set, and a swivel socket set. And these can come in separate orders or in a kit. So I got them separately from them. So again, thank you to Kesi for sending them out for review. I haven't used them yet, so we're going to take a first look at them and see what the quality is like and how it holds up. Here on the table, we have a variety of different kits. Starting from left to right, we have the low-profile spline set. This is the box it comes in, and the aluminum case that it comes in. And then we have the precision set and the aluminum case that it comes in, and the actual box. And then we have the multifunction bit set with the case that the bits are in and a small little screwdriver, thumb one, that it comes with. And then we have the 40-1 3/8 drive swivel impact set here in the box that it comes in with. So let's take these off the table and go over each one. Okay, let's open up the spline set here. And this is how it comes in a aluminum case. We do have the adjustable head ratchet, and this has two unique features about it. Not only does ratcheting on this end, but you can also use it at this end here where it has a 6mm hex area where you can put something into here and use that as sort of a turning point for a hex bit if you wanted to. So that's quite nice that they added that in there, and it's got a little spot here that kind of free rotates. So you could, in theory, rotate this around and use this as like a T-handle if you wanted to. I believe that's how they instructed it to be, like a T-handle. So I'm not sure if I would trust putting that much pressure on this pin here and the spring, but that is an option for light duty use. Again, this is light duty tools, and these are the spline sockets. So if you have those tricky square heads, you can kind of use this with it. Again, it's not a true like six-sided hex or octagon-sided socket, but these are spline sets. They can work in a pinch, and at this size and ratio, I wouldn't be applying a lot of torque anyway. If I am, I'm probably doing something wrong with the 1/4 inch size, but I digress. This kit's pretty nice. We have a couple of sockets here. Let's take one out and take a look at it. It's a very shallow depth, so if you do have a bolt or something that's deep and you need a deep dish, these probably won't cut it for you. However, in this kind of project size, I think this will be pretty handy for small electronics and things like that. Again, I'm not an HVAC guy or a maintenance guy or anything like that. So my experience is very limited, so take my opinions with a grain of salt. Now, this has a black coating on it. It seems like it's a fairly decent coating. I'm not sure what kind of coating it is. There's a little bit of oil here on the switch section, and seems like there's it doesn't want to change on you when you're gripping it, and I feel like I won't accidentally swap it like some other type of ratchets that I have. Like when I'm grabbing it and turning it, it gives me enough room to grab onto it without necessarily accidentally switching this up on me when I'm ratcheting down on something. The head works pretty well. Stays in place, doesn't move or jiggle. So that's quite nice. The button is a nice little added bonus feature in my opinion, because it kind of pushes things out and allows the ball detent in there to come back out. So I miss my old button style ratchets, and I have a place in my heart for them. So nowadays they have like a pass-through one where you pass it through and you can do a bunch of things like that, but this company doesn't have it. This is traditional ratchet, which is quite nice and portable is the key. So that's the spline set. We do have a variety of different other sets here. So we have the biggest at 13mm, and it goes down to 4mm, and it goes in half also. So from 4mm to 4.5, we have a 5, and then we have a 5.5, and then we also have a 6. And then we also have a 7mm, and then we go up to 8, and then from over here it kind of skips. We have a 9mm and a 10mm, notorious 10mm, 11mm, 12, and 13. So starting from 4, 4.5, 5, etc., all the way up to 13mm. That's what we have in this set. Quite nice, quite fantastic. Don't know how it's going to hold up over time, so I can't comment about the quality. Again, this is a nice first look at some of the tools that Kesi has sent out. So let's go over and check out the precision set here. So on this, they also add these cards in here, so you can kind of tape them to the top and kind of have a quick reference. It would have been nice if that was kind of like fixed into these sets here for quick access, but that's okay. They come with these cool little demoisturizer packets, which I prefer to have and keep my stuff dry. But as you can see from the top here, we have a variety of different 4mm hex bit tools for precision work. We do have the driver here. It's got a texture in the center, which is quite nice, and this spins fairly nice, and it feels like it's on a ball joint instead of a just traditional just spinning around. So it's got a smooth action, no noise, no resistance, and it fits in the palm of my hand. My hands are kind of like a small to medium size, so that fits pretty well, and it kind of lines up with my two fingers here, so I can kind of get into something with electronics and torque it down a little bit. Again, I don't want to use too much torque because obviously you break something, but these 4mm bits are decent. They seem to be made out of decent steel. I'm not entirely sure exactly what steel it's made out of, but they're for small precision bit work, so I'm not expecting anything heavy duty for precise work, at least. And with electronics, you don't want to overdo it in the torque. But they do fit in this magnetic holder pretty well. They don't come out, so it's pretty rigid. And I don't know if that magnetism would transmit to the tip of it so you can grab tools and stuff. Nope, it doesn't feel like it's going to do that, but I digress. At least it's a decent little precision driver. Definitely going to go in one of my kits, and it's got a nice neat little case to keep everything tidy. Although I wonder if this is a little bit overkill for a precision bit driver, but it's still nonetheless a nice little presentation. It's got their logo on the top there, which is pretty cool. I get that little silica gel packet back in there. Throw that in there. Okay, going on to the general toolkit here. So we have a small stubby driver with a 6mm female end, and it looks like it has a hole in here for a lanyard or at least some type of cross torquing if you want to do it that way. I suspect it's more for a lanyard, if anything, but this is the general purpose toolkit, and you can see all the sizes here on the list. I'm not going to go over every one. It would take too long, but we do have a similar type of folding ratchet. And this one doesn't have a button to push out, though. So that's interesting to note. It still has the same design here where you kind of turn this freely if you want to do a T-handle kind of torque on something. And that's where this would come in handy, because these bits actually fit in there. The other one has sockets, so it won't necessarily work that way. But you could do that in a pinch and have a little bit more grip if you wanted to. Now these are, according to them, tin coated, so I don't know what that really translates to in a real world application, but an interesting design. I've never seen that with a bit set before, so that's kind of cool that they're trying something new and different. We'll see if it holds up or not. The teeth arrangement sound pretty good, and it looks like you won't accidentally easily push this over while you're working, so I like that too, because sometimes my thumb is like, I ham it down and it just gets turned to the wrong direction. So it's quite nice with that. Again, we'll pull out the other socket spline set one and compare it briefly. So the socket spline set has the socket adapter. This has the hex adapter in it. So there's your difference there. And top and the sides here. But basically, essentially the same exact ratchet. Now with this one, you can probably put a adapter in there to use the sockets with. So I kind of like the hex bits a little bit better, even though it's got 6 sides to grip onto. So we do have an extender in here, and it's got a nice coating, although the coating on this one seems a little bit less polished. Again, it's got a magnetic bit holder in here, so that'll hold it as well. It's pretty strong, in fact. I wonder if this will translate to picking up anything. Nope. So it won't transmit through the bit itself, unfortunately. Again, this is also held in place by a magnet. The magnet's really strong. Or I shouldn't say really strong, but it's strong enough to have it stay put and not get lost on you while you're working. So there is a little bit of a notch here on these bits. So it seems like these could work with things that have like a retaining ring in it. So that could work as well. And they all have that tin coating on the top. And then we have the bit extender, obviously, to fit in here and extend your bit reach, which is quite useful. So that is the general purpose toolkit. Pretty cool, and I like the fact that it comes with this. You can also use this extender to go in here, so you can actually use the bits in the stubby and get to work that way as well. And it's got a nice grip in here too. It doesn't come out, it doesn't wobble. There's no any kind of tolerances are very tight basically. So it grips pretty nicely. And that is the stubby addition to it. A nice little addition for this in case you want to torque down on something. You don't want to necessarily mess up your ratchet. And we got the silica gel packet, which I like keeping. So that's the general purpose bit kit. Last but not least is the 3/8 swivel kit. And it's got a bunch of sockets and some bits here as well. Again, your standard bits that work with, they claim, an impact driver. I don't have an impact driver to test out this with, but I suppose it'll work in a pinch. Maybe you guys who use these kind of things more often than I do can give me some info or advice or just experience on using these. So this is the swivel part here. So in case you're not directly down on it, the idea is it's supposed to turn that, whatever you're using these bits for, in that fashion. So I don't know if how practical that will be actually in use or how rugged that is, but it's kind of a cool idea where you can't get into a spot. You ever try to turn a fastener or something like that and you're just like at the wrong angle? This thing allows a little bit slight adjustment, which is kind of a cool thing, cool process. Now in execution, I don't know how it goes, but hey, it might work, it might not. Again, I don't know. Maybe you guys with more experience can tell me. And then we have the basic socket set here as well. These have interesting, it looks like they have a lot of gripping points. So it kind of reminds me of a spline set almost. Quite interesting. So we have that set there, and we have our 6mm holder. Always a 6mm. Very cool. Yeah, it's pretty tight. So it looks like we have a 1-to-1 here, and you can use these with that. And these are 3/8, obviously. So you're going to use this with a 3/8 holder. It's got the little ball detent hole in it. So pretty cool stuff. And that is the set there. It's got a little clip on here. It's got a little number on here. And it seems like it holds up pretty good. The swivel adapter will come out of the case if you choose to carry it on your belt with the clip. So just keep that in mind. It won't stay permanently in that little foam cutout. You need to secure it somehow. I personally want to carry it like that. I just probably put this in my tool bag and call it a day. But those are the toolkits that Kesi sent out. So far, on first looking over them, it's very nice. The nice thing about them is that they are made in Taiwan, and they proudly say it on the box. See? Proudly made in Taiwan. So that's a leg up from mainland China, and personally I rather support Taiwan. So that doesn't mean to say that Taiwan makes the best stuff or the worst stuff. It just means that, hey, it's made somewhere else other than China, and the quality control issues may not be there. So good news to me, in my opinion, made in Taiwan, great, and I like being able to see what other Taiwanese products come out. Generally, my experiences with them have been positive. Another Taiwanese company that I've worked with and do reviews with is 711L Tools. And they make some fantastic tools that can probably go together with this kit here. So, again, Kelsey, pretty cool. Thank you for sending these out for review. Time will tell to see if these hold up over long-term use. Again, those of you who are watching and saying, hey, should I buy this or not? I can't say yay or nay just yet. But what I can say is I do like the quality of the items that I see here. Some improvements, maybe a little better fixture on labeling the tools inside the boxes if they're going to come into that. I know I have a bunch of Weeha bit sets that come in these same cases, and I love those cases. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit them in my toolkits, but I think the way I'm going to carry these going forward is keep them together in these little cases and put them into a bag that will organize everything quite nicely. Again, should you get it? Maybe, maybe not. Again, do your research. Take my opinion with a grain of salt. I like them. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your day.